It's opening day all around the opening night, and time for our State Farm lineups. First, for the Rockets, Lowry and Martin manning the backcourt. We've got Scola. They utilize his abilities to maintain that presence under the rim. Then it's Terrence Williams, and it's Patterson in at the 4 spot. And looking at the Jazz, Devin Harris is out there with Bell. And filling the paint, it's the big man, Al Jefferson. He is such an asset to this team. They love what he brings every night. And it's Andre Kirilenko, and it's Millsap in at the 4-man position.
And the Rockets last season, 9th in the West, just barely missing the playoffs.
The Monster comes in off the bench for his first playing time in an official NBA game.
He could make it in this league as a role player. I really believe that. I don't know about taking it to another level beyond that, but he should be able to fit in.
You know, he might not have one of those things that really sets him apart, 1 or 2 things that make him special, but he's really solid, and he doesn't have many weaknesses. Just a good, solid rotational player, and every team needs those guys.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I briefly spoke with Tyrone Corbin. He talked about what an even matchup this is and said he expected a very tightly contested game. When 2 teams are so alike, more often than not it comes down to the very last moments or even a little bit of luck. We'll see if he's right, guys.
Great job, Doris. Thanks. Guys, what do you think about that report?
Well, on paper, or in theory, it's hard to separate these teams. So game planning is going to be really important, but also, as always is the case, guys, execution is the differentiator.
Yeah, the coaches for sure have put in a lot of preparation. They game planned well. And Clark's right. It's about execution. It's about making shots and then being attentive on the defensive end.
Here is Watson.
We figured it was just a matter of time before Mikal found his way back to a sideline. He just has too much love for the game and wanted to be in the middle of the action, so he couldn't stay away too long.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
That's good defense. Don't let a guy get a lay-in, foul hard, and send him to the free throw line.
Yeah, I like that billboard there, sending a message. You can't come in here and get anything free in our paint.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. The Monster scores his first NBA points. And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
Well, getting back to Mikal, it'd be very interesting to see what he can do, as this will be the first time out of the Timberwolves franchise. So a second opportunity for Mikal. And I think his strength is actually coaching. I think that's what he's best at. So this could be a very good fit for him and for Houston.
So now that's twice we've seen the offense collapse. That's back-to-back empty trips because of turnovers.
Yeah, and that's going to be a problem, because now all of a sudden you start turning the ball over, you lose all offensive rhythm and flow.
Drills it from outside. Here is Hayward. The Monster is tagged with the reach. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Pretty early to be over the limit, Kevin. They'll have to watch the fouls from here out.
That free throw, no good.
Well, most people remember Gordon Hayward as the guy from Butler who almost hit that half-court shot to beat Duke in the NCAA championship. But I think he has a chance to be an excellent NBA player. Really progressed last season.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Jefferson comes in for Memo Okur, and Devin Harris is subbed in for Earl Watson. And Steve, you scouted Hayward when he was at Butler his freshman year, of course, a great shooter. Then he struggled with his shot when you scouted him as a sophomore at Butler. So, Clark, the question for you is, was his freshman showing a mirage after you watched him last year in his NBA rookie year?
Well, based on that season, it looks like it was not a mirage. He shot 46% from the field and 43% from the three-point line. If he can maintain those marks, I think he's going to be all right, Kevin.
Oh, those are nice numbers.
Very nice.
Well, it was a tough season a year ago for Utah, and one of their hallmarks in their history of their franchise has been their ability to dominate their home floor. That wasn't the case a year ago. They played 500 ball at Energy Solutions Arena.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. He was talking about the Utah Jazz and playing up in Salt Lake City in a very loud arena. And I always thought that some players would get overwhelmed in certain arenas because of the noise and the emotion. That was one of the buildings.
Yeah, that was a really good. I mean, good building because the fans come out in big numbers and are ready to get behind and support that Utah Jazz team.
Clock is at 3. Here's Jefferson. The Rockets pull it in. This is their first chance to take a look at the Jazz.
And a year ago, they avoided any mistakes winning the season series against this club.
Here's Harris. The Rockets making the shot. Here is Favors. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Favors dishes to Myers. Harris outside. High post try. Rebounded by Luis Scola. Steve mentioned the success they had against them in their contest a year ago. They did exactly what they needed to do against them.
Yep, it was a solid performance from them. Most times they got together. They should have them feeling good about their chances today.
So it's Houston now, after Devin Harris's miss. Here's the monster. And Patterson kicks to Martin. Here's the monster. Second chance shot. It's rebounded by Jefferson.
They got that rebound, but this is not how they wanted to start the game in terms of hitting the glass.
Yeah, it's about time they actually got a rebound. It's time to get physical here in this game.
16 seconds left to play in the first. Back to Patterson. Outside, Martin. From 11 feet away. No good off front eye. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. And welcome back. 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. What a season. Back soon here in Utah.
And welcome. The NBA season is in its early stages, which means we're just getting all warm and cozy here on the HP Halftime Report. The Jazz are making every effort to win, a chance to add a W tonight and get above 500. They're hitting the offensive glass hard, working for their second chance points. A couple guys right here you want to lead the charge for the teams as we move on to the second half. We'll get things going with a look at teams playing later. Over at American Airlines Center, the Mavericks will face off against the Bulls. Some stars squaring off in this one. It's always fun to watch. 7 p.m. Eastern tip time. Looking at action around the NBA.
And back to the action again. Everyone excited to be playing for a fresh new year. Here's the monster. He's got 8. There's the 3. The rebound by the Jazz. Favors got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
What a way to come into the NBA last year for Derek Favors. His name was mentioned in trade rumors all season long. Thought he was going to end up in Denver, finally landed in Utah. But he's got a ton of potential, and he's working hard. He's got a chance to be a good player.
Lifts up, lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, 10 points for him. And here's Watson. Favors against Hill. Fires from 14. And it's Hayes with the rebound. And Steve, Derek Favors for Rook has already shown that he can rebound and block shots at the NBA level. All right, so Clark, That being said, it looks like he's got the complete package, all the tools.
Yeah, he does have great physical tools, and I think he'll be an impact player defensively before he will offensively. He's got some rough edges that have to be rounded out. But again now, he's a big guy, only 19 years old. If he can stay healthy, let's see where he is 3, 4, 5 years from now, and I think he's got a chance to be really good.
Back to Price. Clock at 6. Shot from free throw range. Rockets trail by 6. Out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Utah Jazz. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game, and that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And the Jazz with some changes. Al Jefferson's checked in for Elson. Bill comes in for Ronnie Price. And Evan Harris is subbed in for Earl Watson. And then for Houston, Luis Scola. He's checked in for Hayes. Patterson comes in for Jordan Hill. And Terrence Williams subbed in for Johnny Flynn. Lays out of bounds. And they retain possession. And this is what the schedule looks like for Houston. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. We've got 1:48 left to play in the third. Here's the monster. 10 points for him. Takes it up. Jefferson with the rebound. Jefferson's got 8 rebounds in this game.
It's really weird, guys, to not see the Jazz in the postseason, as they have found their way in so consistently over the last 20 years, really, guys.
You're right. Here's Jefferson. Working on Lee. Shoots over Patterson. Nice touch on the shot from close range. 6 points for Al Jefferson. And Clark, back to the Jazz. They came close, but too much upheaval, Steve, I think, on that roster. Kind of sunk this season.
Yeah, I agree. And they're in a rebuilding mode now, but you can't count the Jazz out of the playoff picture for long. Not with their history. And they have been one of the strongest franchises in the NBA. Great anticipation getting that steal.
Shoots from the baseline. No good from Bell.
Had a good look at the rim, though. That was poor defense.
That's good. 12 points for him. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Harris with it. Here's Favors. Luis Scola with the rebound. Scola's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Got the shot to drop and has a chance for one more.
Boy, that was a tidy little play that time by him to get a chance at 3 points.
A different look for Utah. Millsap comes in for Derek Favors. And Karolinko's subbed in for C.J. Miles. And a change for the Rockets. Lowry's checked in. That free throw from Lee is good. Here is Harris. 8 points for him. Lowry picks him up. Karolinko with a screen on Williams. Karolinko backing down. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
That's his second personal. At the line of the Jazz, Andre Karolinko, taking 2 shots.
Free throw good, Karolinko. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey,